I carry a big basket full of dirty clothes to the laundry room, and it feels heavy in my hands as the handles press into my palms. The basket is full of everything mixed together: white shirts, black jeans, colorful t-shirts, towels, and even bed sheets. I put the basket down on the floor and start to sort. I make one pile for dark clothes, one for white, and one for colors. This is very important because if I mix them, the colors can ruin the fabric. I quickly notice a pair of red socks inside the white clothes. I smile and take them out because if I leave them there, all my white things will come out pink. Then I pull out the bed sheets. They are made of cotton, soft to touch, but they need hot water to be really clean. I also find thick towels, and I remember that if I wash them with t-shirts, small fibers will stick to the fabric, so I will wash towels separately. I check more items and find a wool sweater and a silk blouse. I know they need a delicate program, cold water, and fewer spins, otherwise the sweater will shrink and the blouse will lose its shine. I carefully place them aside and whisper to myself, better to wait than to ruin them. When I finish sorting, I see neat piles in front of me: dark clothes, white clothes, colorful clothes, towels, bed sheets, and delicate fabrics. The basket looks almost empty now, and I feel calm and happy because everything is in order. I sit on the edge of the chair, tie the belt of my robe tighter, and think about which pile I should start with first. I look at the piles on the floor and then at the shelf above the washing machine, where I keep my laundry products. There are many bottles and boxes, each with a special use. I start with the big box of powder for white cotton. It is strong and makes shirts and sheets really bright, but if I use too much, the fabric becomes rough and hard. Next, I take the bottle of liquid detergent for colored clothes. It is gentle, so red blouses, blue jeans, and green t-shirts keep their color. If I wash them with the wrong detergent, the colors can fade or run, so I always check before I pour. On the side, I see a small bottle of bleach. It is only for whites, never for colors, because it removes all dye and leaves ugly spots. Even on cotton, too much bleach can leave yellow marks or make holes, so I use it carefully. I also keep a spray bottle of stain remover. This is for coffee drops or sauce on a shirt. I spray only the small spot, then put it in the wash. If I spray too much, the fabric feels stiff, so I remind myself to use just a little. My favorite product is fabric softener, a light blue liquid. It makes towels fluffy and pajamas soft with a fresh smell. But softener can be tricky too. Too much makes fabric heavy or greasy, so I use only 1 cap each time. I place everything back neatly on the shelf: powder for whites, liquid for colors, bleach for cotton only, stain remover for marks, softener for the final touch. Standing there in my silk robe and slippers, I almost laugh because I feel like a small teacher in my own laundry room, giving myself rules. If you choose the wrong product, your clothes can turn gray, rough, or faded, but if you choose carefully, they come out clean, soft, and fresh. I look again at the sorted piles, tie my robe a little tighter, and feel ready to start the washing. I sit down for a moment and look at the piles of clothes on the floor, thinking about fabrics. Each one needs its own care, and if I make a mistake, I can ruin something I like. I pick up a white cotton shirt. Cotton is strong and it can handle hot water, so I usually wash it at 60 degrees. If I wash it at a low temperature, it may not look really clean. Next, I touch my black jeans. The denim feels thick and heavy, but I know that too much heat can make the color fade. That is why I wash dark jeans at 40 degrees with fewer spins, so they stay black for a long time. Then I take a wool sweater in my hands. The wool feels soft and warm, but also fragile. If I wash it on a normal cycle, it will shrink and become stiff, so I always put it in a special bag and choose the wool program with cold water. I smile because I once made this mistake, and the sweater became small enough for a child. After that, I lift a silk blouse. It shines under the light and feels smooth and light, but silk is very sensitive. It needs the delicate program, cold water, and slow spins. If I wash it too fast, the fabric can stretch, wrinkle, or lose its soft shine. I put it carefully on the side, next to my silk pajamas. Then I take my sports t-shirt, made from synthetic fabric. It dries quickly, but if I wash it on high heat it can lose its shape, so I always use 30 degrees. At the bottom of the basket I find my favorite cotton shorts for sleeping. They can go in the normal cycle, but I still check the label just in case. I laugh to myself because every fabric has its own rules, and I have to be both careful and patient. Looking at the piles now, I see cotton, denim, wool, silk, and synthetics, each waiting for the right program. I stand up, adjust my robe, and feel ready to begin. I decide to wash the bed sheets first, because they take up the most space in the basket and feel heavy when I lift them out. I pull one large sheet and shake it wide like a sail before folding it neatly so it fits inside the drum of the washing machine. The sheets are pure cotton, smooth and strong, and I know they can handle hot water. Bed sheets always need higher temperature than clothes because hot water kills dust mites and makes them truly fresh. If I wash them too cold, they may look clean but still keep dust and sweat. I set the program to 60 degrees, but I avoid the fastest spin because too much speed twists the fibers and makes the fabric wear out, while a medium spin protects the cotton and still removes water. I take the box of powder and pour in a measured cup because powder is strong for whites and makes them bright. Then I add only a little softener. If I use too much, the sheets become heavy and slippery, not nice for sleeping. I close the drawer, shut the machine door, and press my hand on the glass, imagining what would happen if I put the sheets together with colored clothes. One red t-shirt could bleed, and my fresh cotton would turn pink forever. I smile at this thought, glad I learned that lesson long ago. When I press the start button, I hear water rushing inside, soaking the sheets until they become heavy. The machine begins to turn, first slowly and then faster, making a steady rhythm in the quiet room. I sit on the chair, tighten the belt of my silk robe, and listen. The sound is calm, almost like waves of the sea. I imagine the moment when I will open the machine and take out warm sheets that smell fresh and feel smooth against the skin. Nothing compares to lying down at night on clean bedding, and I remind myself that laundry takes time and patience, but the reward is worth it. Now it is time for the towels, and I smile because they always feel so heavy and thick in my hands. I take them out of the basket one by one and pile them together, soft cotton but full of water even when dirty. Towels are special because if I wash them with t-shirts or delicate clothes, small fibers will stick everywhere and ruin the surface of lighter fabrics. That is why I always wash towels separately, on a program that is hotter and stronger. I set the machine to 60 degrees again, but this time I choose a higher spin, almost 1000, so the towels lose enough water and dry faster. If I use too few spins, they stay wet for hours and can even smell damp. I add powder and also a little extra softener because I want them to come out fluffy, not stiff. I remember one time when I used no softener at all. The towels dried hard and felt rough on the skin, almost like sandpaper. I laugh at the memory, pour the blue liquid in the drawer carefully, and close the door. Before pressing start, I imagine what would happen if I washed towels together with my silk blouse. The strong heat and the thick fabric would pull and twist the silk until it lost its shine forever. Just the thought makes me shiver, so I check again that only towels are inside. Then I press the button and soon the machine begins to turn, heavier this time, because the thick cotton drinks so much water. The sound is louder, like a steady thump, but still calming in a way. I sit back, stroke my robe, and picture myself later stepping out of the shower and wrapping in a big, soft, warm towel. That thought makes me happy and gives me patience to wait. Next, I prepare the delicate things, the ones that always need extra care. I place a soft wool sweater on my lap, and it feels warm and thick, but also fragile. If I wash it on a normal cycle, it will shrink and turn hard, so I put it in a special laundry bag and set it aside. Then I pick up my silk blouse. It shines gently in the light and feels cool under my fingers, but silk is very sensitive. Hot water or fast spins would wrinkle it, stretch it, and take away its smooth shine. That is why I always choose the delicate program, cold water, and only a few spins. I also add a little liquid detergent instead of powder because liquid is softer and does not leave marks. Next, I find my silk pajamas, the same white ones with blue leaves that I am wearing now, and I smile. They always need careful washing too, or they will lose their beauty. Finally, I lift my favorite cotton pajamas shorts. Cotton is stronger, but I still put them with the delicate load because I want them to last long. I pour a small cap of conditioner into the drawer. It will make the fabric smooth, fluffy, and nice to wear, but I remind myself not to use too much. If I add more, the silk can feel heavy and greasy. I close the machine door carefully and imagine what would happen if I washed these things together with towels or jeans. The wool would shrink, the silk would wrinkle, and my pajamas would never feel soft again. Just the picture of it makes me tighten the belt of my robe and shake my head. I check the buttons one more time, choose cold water, slow rhythm, and gentle movement. Then I press start, and the drum begins to move slowly, almost like rocking a baby. I sit quietly, listening to the soft sound, and feel proud that I am taking good care of the most delicate fabrics I own. When the delicate cycle finishes and all the other loads are dry, I finally sit down in front of a mountain of laundry that waits to be folded and organized. I open the dryer and the warm air touches my face. The smell of fresh fabric fills the room, soft and clean, and I smile. I begin with the everyday clothes. One by one, I take out the t-shirts. Some are white cotton, smooth and light, others are bright red or green, full of color. I lay them flat on the table, smooth the wrinkles with my hands, fold the sleeves in, and then fold them again into neat rectangles. I stack them carefully so the pile stays straight. Jeans come next. They are heavy in my arms, dark and thick, and I fold them in half before placing them one on top of another. If I leave them unfolded, they take up too much space and wrinkle, so I always keep them flat and tidy. Then I take the towels. They are fluffy and warm, thick cotton that almost bounces under my fingers. I roll them into soft cylinders because rolled towels look neat and also save more space in the cupboard. I imagine pulling one out after a shower, wrapping it around myself, and feeling the softness on my skin. Next, I spread out the bed sheets. They are large and difficult to handle, but I fold them corner to corner, smoothing each edge until I have a big square. Clean sheets always make me think of bedtime, the quiet comfort of lying down on fresh cotton that smells like soap and sun. Now I turn to the delicate fabrics. The silk blouse is already hanging on a hanger to keep its shine and shape. The wool sweater rests flat on a towel, safe from stretching. My silk pajamas are dry now, light and smooth, so I shake them gently and fold them with care. They are special to me, so I keep them in their own drawer. I think about what could happen if I put damp or badly dried clothes into the wardrobe. They would start to smell musty, lose their freshness, and even grow mold. That is why I always wait until everything is completely dry before I put it away. Finally, I open the wardrobe doors. Inside, I make 3 sections: black clothes on one side, whites on another, and colorful items in the middle. Towels I carry to the bathroom cupboard, sheets I place in the drawer under my bed, and pajamas I keep in their special corner. Piece by piece, I put everything in its place, and slowly the piles on the table disappear. The room begins to look calm and ordered. I glance at the empty laundry basket, light in my hands now, and place it back in the corner of the laundry room. When I return to my bedroom, I sit down on the bed, stretch my arms inside the silk robe, and take a deep breath. Around me everything smells clean, the wardrobe is tidy, and the house feels peaceful. My laundry routine is finished, and I feel proud, relaxed, and ready to enjoy the quiet evening with fresh clothes waiting for tomorrow.